Guys, I am so excited right now. I just got done watching the new Hasbro Pulse Fan First Wednesday for the Marvel Legends series, and this was such a great live stream. I mean, it got a little boring towards the end with the whole Q&A, which I mean was cool, but really boring to sit through because they were all pre-recorded questions and really like basic ones that wonder what the actual questions would be if they weren't required to ask certain questions and stuff. But anyway, this was a fun live stream. Like the reveals here, a lot of it was what I was expecting, but there were a few surprises and some really exciting stuff that went down in today's Fan First Wednesday for Marvel Legends. We got a lot to talk about today, guys. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this with the first reveal of the day, which is the brand new second wave for Disney Plus in the Marvel Legends line. Of course, the first wave just released, I think, last month in June. I've got a couple figures from it. I got White Vision. I actually just got my Baron Zemo because he was on sale, so that was pretty cool. So I'm super excited for this second wave because the first figure is from the Loki Disney Plus series with, of course, Sylvie, Laufey daughter. This was a big character in the Loki Disney Plus series. This figure was actually revealed while the show was still on. Of course, the season is concluded now, and she's a really cool character. I'm really excited for this figure. I think she looks great. I think it's a pretty decent looking head sculpt. I like the way the horns look, because in the show, one of her horns was actually snapped off, so I like that they continue that here. Her cape thing, I don't even know what it's called, the thing on her back, that is removable, so I think that's definitely a good thing as well. But honestly, this is probably my least excited for a figure in the wave, because these what if figures are honestly awesome, because I wasn't really sure what to expect from them, since it's an animated series, so I didn't know, like, oh, is it going to fit in with the MCU figures and all that stuff. But I think they look amazing. Starting off with T'Challa Star-Lord. This series is going to explore some crazy what-if scenarios, one of them which being, what if T'Challa was abducted by Yondu and became Star-Lord instead of Peter Quill? So we've got a great looking figure here. I love the the purple jacket with like the gold accents and just all the Wakandan vibes of this new version of Star-Lord. That great head sculpt for T'Challa. Of course, it's animated version here, but also it still looks realistic, not enough to the point where you could put it with your MCU figures, but I mean you could if you wanted to, and I'll talk about that more later. But I think this looks great, especially the actual helmeted head sculpt as well. I think that looks awesome. This looks like a great figure. But then we have this one, who's called Heist Nebula. This is one that's interesting because this is a figure that I'm disappointed in, but at the same time not, because first of all, this is something we had no idea about being in the series. We had no idea there was going to be a Heist Nebula with hair. So first of all, that's just funny to see Nebula with hair, but again, I feel like it's kind of a waste of a spot to just give us a new Nebula, which, to be fair, it's been a long time since we've had an MCU Nebula figure, but to just throw a wig on her, this would have been the perfect opportunity to give us some other cooler figures from the What If series, like a zombie Iron Man or Infinity Stone Vision Ultron, because that is one of the things we're going to be seeing in the series, is what if Ultron succeeded and injected his consciousness into Vision's body and gained the Infinity Stones. Like, just imagine how cool that would be right there to have a Vision figure with this cool Ultron warrior armor, a cape, and I think he had a staff too, with the Infinity Stones in his chest. That would have been way better than this, but then also at the same time, I got thinking, even though this is based off the animated series, the original Nebula figure that we got from the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie really wasn't great. It was really skinny and stuff, so I feel like maybe if you take the head sculpt from that and put it on this figure, that might make a better figure, or if hopefully in the next few years they make an Endgame Nebula with her new Ravager outfit, and then you could take the head sculpt from that and put it on this. That's what I'm thinking is what I'd want to do with this, but yeah, definitely kind of a disappointment, but at the same time, like I said, not, because there's other uses for it. Then, the number one thing we were most expecting from this is Captain Carter. This is actually what the first episode is going to be all about. What if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum and became Captain Carter? And I think she looks great. Like, again, we already knew she was going to be in the wave, and I was excited for her. I was like, all right, it's going to be cool, but I didn't expect it to look this good. This looks like a figure that would actually fit in with MCU figures. Like, even though it is in the animated style, it still looks realistic enough to be an MCU figure. And I love the design of like the Union Jack on like her chest and her shield. The shield looks amazing. The head sculpt looks great as well. I think it just looks like a great figure. And again, this was not one I was really looking forward to, but I think it looks so amazing. Then Doctor Strange as well. This is called Doctor Strange Supreme, or Supreme Doctor Strange. And this is another interesting one, because this is another one we saw in the trailer, where it's like an evil kind of variant of Doctor Strange, and I think he looks great here. First of all, the head sculpt, just this animated look for Doctor Strange looks amazing, and also the colors, like all this gold and purple and red, I think looks awesome with this style figure. Especially with the cool time stone effect with the little green. I think this looks really cool. Probably one I don't plan on getting, because this is the additional figure that does not include a Build-A-Figure piece, but definitely a cool looking figure. Then we have Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. This might honestly be my most actually second most anticipated figure in this wave, because first of all, just this looks awesome to have a Spider-Man with the Doctor Strange cape and everything. The head sculpt, again, it's animated, so I don't really think it looks the greatest. But what I'm most excited for about with this figure is this, without the cape, when it's just regular Spider-Man, because this, just like Captain Carter, looks good enough to be a regular MCU figure you put in with your other MCU figures, especially because I don't have the original red and blue Marvel Legends Spider-Man from Spider Man Homecoming. So this would be really great to go in my MCU collection, especially because this also looks to be based off the new Spider-Man suit that you see Spider-Man wear at Avengers Campus. So I think this is a really cool dual use for this figure, is that you can not only use it as Zombie Hunter Spider-Man, but then you can use it as also a regular MCU Spider-Man, and also the Avengers Campus Spider-Man. So I think this looks awesome, and also the web shoot is on there. I think that looks great. But the zombie hunter's got to be hunting some zombies with Zombie Captain America. This, I think, is definitely my most anticipated figure for the wave. Zombie Captain America looks so awesome. Definitely the thing I'm most looking forward to in this series of Marvel What If is all the zombies, and I think he looks great here. I love the head sculpt, how he's got like the strap hanging down there. He's got all these chunks taken out of his body. The shield is a little messed up there. He's even got like a gold star. I think this figure looks amazing. I love the way he looks, and just like, you know, the zombified version of Captain America. And I'd love to get more zombie characters in the future, because we are getting multiple zombie Avengers in this series. We already saw in the trailer zombie Iron Man, and in the poster there was a zombie Hawkeye. So I'd love to see those as well, maybe in a future wave. We'll kind of have to wait and see. But the Build-A-Figure, oh my god, this is probably even the best part of this whole wave, is the Build-A-Figure is the Watcher. This is something we expected. We were like, alright, who's going to be the Build-A-Figure, the What If wave? It's got to be the Watcher, but this is so exciting. Our first ever Marvel Legends figure of the Watcher, and just like some of the other figures in this wave, looks so good to the point where he could fit in with your other regular MCU figures. And I love that about this wave, that some of these figures will fit in with the actual MCU characters. And I just love that so much. This looks almost exactly like the Watchers that we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So I just love that aspect. And I think it looks like a great figure. He's super tall. The only thing that I'm not a big fan of is, like, you know, where's his shoes? Although at the same time, he's like this crazy space god. So like, why does he need shoes? But also, why does he not need shoes? So I don't know. I mean, that's just part of the design. But he's got like one bare arm, one cloaked arm, and he just looks so good. He's got that giant head. He's got this cool golden logo on his chest, and that cool popped up collar on his back. I think that looks amazing. And again, this is a big boy. Look at him in comparison to Sylvie. Like, this is like I think they said like maybe almost 9-inch figure there. So I think that looks amazing, and I'm super excited for this. I think the Watcher is so awesome. And here's the full wave. So the full second Disney Plus wave for Marvel Legends is going to go up for pre-order tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This looks such a good wave, guys. Way better than I was expecting, and I'm super duper excited for it. But speaking of what if, we are also getting a deluxe figure as well with the Hydra Stomper. This is going to be the robot in the series that connects to the Captain Carter episode, where since Steve Rogers does not get the super soldier serum, he actually becomes the first Iron Man and takes on this Hydra Stomper suit. So I think that's pretty cool, and how he's got some cool blast effect pieces, nice articulation in the backpack, and also how you can actually take your Captain Carter figure and have her like latch onto the back of it like we saw her do in the trailer. So that's pretty cool, although leaks have been saying that this is going to be like $50. I don't think this is worth $50. Cool figure, but not something I need for $50. Then Galactus. We got to talk about Galactus a little bit here. Wasn't really anything new revealed here. We're at, last time I checked, we were a little over 9,000 backers, I think. We need 14,000 for this thing to actually get made. But the other day, I think it was last week, we did get teasers for the first 2 stretch goals for this Galactus HasLab. And I did a full video breaking them down. If you haven't seen it already, go ahead and check it out. But this is, of course, teasing a brand new Silver Surfer figure and also the Frankie Ray Nova. So that's definitely some super exciting news. But if you want to know more about those characters and, you know, all that good stuff, again, go check out that video. And then continue on with our theme this year of cosmic figures as Walgreens exclusive / EB Games exclusives. We are getting a new figure with Binary. This is a character I know nothing about, never even heard of her before, but she definitely looks cool, liking the effect pieces that she's got going on here, and like I love the way it looks with like how it transitions from the white to the flames and then back into the red. I think that's a cool detail, but definitely not one I need to get. Then, something I need to get. Oh my god, this was such a huge reveal because, you know, of course I follow all the leaks and rumors of like what are upcoming Marvel Legends, but there's been nothing on this. This was such a shocking, huge surprise and such a welcome surprise because we are getting a new Marvel Legends Vulture figure from the MCU, from Spider Man Homecoming. They are re-releasing that figure and I am so happy about that because I do have that Vulture figure from that Spider Man Homecoming wave. But the problem is you had to get the whole wave to build his wings because it was like the flight gear Build-A-Figure like we just got with the new Sam Wilson Captain America wings. And so obviously I've been super disappointed that I couldn't do that because Vulture is one of my favorite villains in the MCU. Spider-Man Homecoming is one of my favorite movies in the MCU. And then the fact that I can get the figure but not actually build his wings, I was so disappointed by that. Especially because like you go on Amazon or eBay or something and you want to get those figures. They're like $50 each, sometimes even more. And half of them I don't even want anyway. So I am so excited for this. I'm so happy that we are getting a re-release of this where it's just one single deluxe figure where I can get the figure with the wings, all that good stuff. He's also got some additional accessories, so that's great. Is a little disappointing he didn't come up with an actual Michael Keaton head sculpt. That would have been awesome to really put it over the edge. But at the same time, just the fact that we're getting a re-release of this figure gets me so excited. The only thing is the head sculpt. I mean, it looks good. I'm not really a big fan of how they did the visor, though. So I think personally what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the head sculpt of the one I already have and put it on this figure because I do like the new updated colors for this body and everything, and of course the wings and all that. So I think that's what I'm going to do just because, you know, the visor looks a little bulky and stuff, so I prefer the other one. But other than that, it looks like a great figure. No word on the price or when it's going to get released. Said they're releasing it before the end of the year, most likely to coincide with the release of Spider-Man No Way Home, which we've already seen the full Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home wave. Also did a video on that as well, so check that out too. But man, I am so excited for this. I'm finally going to be able to get the wings of the MCU Vulture. I'm so excited for that. But other than that, we did get a few other reveals, like the Tiger. This was a figure revealed a couple live streams ago, I think back in May, they mentioned. But now we get the official reveal of the full figure, and she looks great, classic Avengers member, so I think that's pretty awesome, and she's going to be a retro Avengers release with like a fan channel release, so it's going to be... let's see. Yeah, it's going to go up for pre-order tomorrow at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, just like the others. And I think it looks like a great figure that I think is pretty cool. But speaking of releases that are upcoming, we have another new army builder figure that has been revealed with the black suited hand ninja. This looks like a really interesting figure. Of course, we got the original hand ninja back in, I think it was like January-ish, with the Spider Man Into the Spider-Verse wave. So that was a pretty cool release there. But now we're finally getting the army builder version of it with the black suit, which I think I personally prefer the red because that's what they go with more so in the comics, but at the same time black is more classic to ninjas in general, so I think that's definitely pretty cool there. And the more army builders the better. Of course, they've already teased a new shield agent and a Skrull army builder as well. No updates on those, but I'm definitely excited for those too. Then of course Dwight had to give his classic teases at the end here, and it was a very weird one, because he like quickly flashed this accessory on screen, no idea what it is, but then he went on talking about something like be civil online and like, don't hate and fear and all this stuff, and it was super confusing, but I'm pretty sure this is a reference and a hint and a tease to Psycho Man. This is a classic Fantastic Four villain. And of course, we do know that we are getting a new Marvel Legends Retro Fantastic Four wave, which I'm surprised they didn't reveal today, but they revealed quite a few other things, so that's probably going to be at the next live stream event, which I feel like might be the Hasbro PulseCon, but maybe not, I don't know for sure. But according to leaks, if you don't want, actual information of what's going to be coming in this wave, we are, of course, getting the classic Fantastic Four members, Mr. Fantastic, Human Torch, Thing, and Invisible Woman. And then the other two figures we're getting here are both villains with Psycho Man and the High Evolutionaries. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, a very vague, very weird reference and tease that Dwight did here, but I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be a reference to Psycho Man, which again is going to be coming in the Retro Fantastic Four wave. But guys, that was again a great new Hasbro Pulse Fan First Wednesday, for Marvel Legends. I had a great time. This was so fun. I mean, just for that Vulture reveal, I would have been happy. But then that whole second Disney Plus wave, I'm so excited for all those Disney Plus